mother of 3 beautiful. I am a wife to the most handsome man in the world. I'm a teacher by profession, a network marketing business coach. I'm a manager in Forever Marketing Plan, soon to be senior manager. I am a Forever to Drive qualifier. I'm an Eagle Manager 2025 and 2026. And I started this business in 2023. So if you are here today and you are a guest, I want you to tell you right now that if you are to start today, in a year from now or 2 years from now, this can be you actually doing this presentation. This can be you actually telling your story. This can be you actually telling people about yourself or introducing yourself. Because one thing about this amazing business is that everyone can actually do it, and anyone can actually become whatever is that they dream of becoming. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to get into the whole of it. And I'd like to start with this slide that is asking us a question for us. You as a person, you as an individual, you as a specific person, I need you to think about yourself, your future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What do you think about yourself? Where do you want to see yourself? How do you want your life to look like in the next 5 years from now, in the next 3 years from now? I'm only 3 years in this business, and I'm like 5 years from now, which is probably going to be the following year, where will I be? What type of life will I be living? And that is what I want you to think about. Your family wise, how do you want your family to look like? For example, me, I would love my family to be traveling around, which is already started. I would want my family to be living in a very beautiful, comfortable house, which is already happening in the process. I want to be making a lot of money. So it's something that you dream about. And let's say dreams can actually come true. You just have to believe it and you have to work for it. So health wise and looks wise, how do you want to look? Monthly income, guys, a lot of things right now, anything right now in the world, or anything that you do, or anything that you want to achieve, anything that you want to make, everything asks money. So how much do you want to be making at every end of the month? How much do you want to make on a monthly basis, like on a yearly basis? How much do you want to be making? If you are here right now and you are a guest, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know, how much money do you want to be making on a monthly basis? Please write it in your chat. I want to see that if you have to start this business a year from now or 5 months from now, how much money do you want to be making on a monthly basis? Please write it in the chat. I would love to see it. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. So please write it down for me in the chat so that I will be able to see how much money would you want to be making 5 years from now. How much money? I want to see it. I'm not seeing anybody writing anything. I want to see how much money would you want to be making monthly, on a monthly basis. Saving wise, how much money do you? 30,000. Have Helene Shimanda said she wants to be making 30,000. That is a goal. It can be a goal from now on. Saving wise, how much money do you want to be making? Renette want to be making 50,000, guys. Imagine that. Grace just want to be making 2,000. Lerato want to be making 20,000. I want to be making 70,000 per month. 100K, guys. I want to let you know that anything that you dream about is possible. Saving wise, now if you are making that 20,000, how much money do you want to be saving? How much do you want to be saving? How much do you want to be investing? Or in what would you love to be investing? Experience wise, guys, where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to see yourself traveling? In few days, in 3 days from now, we will be headed to Cape Town. Is it 3 days or 2 days? In 2 days from now, we will be headed to Cape Town. Never in my wildest dream will I be sitting at home and I'm like, I will be going to somewhere out of the country in 2 days. No, I've been working for over 12 years. I've been a teacher, and all these things just came because of this amazing business. So where do you want to see yourself? Yeah. by the end of the year, probably, or maybe in 2 years from, I mean, in 2 months from now, 3 months, 6 months, where do you want to travel? Because I traveled for the first time in 6 months in this business. I left this country for the first time in 6 months of doing this business, So I don't know what is your goal. I don't know where you want to go, but I'm telling you, it just has to come from you, because the lives that you have to impact also from this will be so much. And you want to change that. You want to change your family. You want to impact their lives, and not only your family, guys. When you start this business, it becomes only not about you. It becomes for so many other people, so different people that you are going to meet in the world, total strangers that you are going to change their life, and they are going to come to you and say, thank you so much for introducing me to this amazing opportunity. So if there's somebody who is a guest right now, I want to see how many guests we have in this meeting. Please write a 1 if you are a guest. Write a 1 if you are a guest. Please, I want to see how many guests are here, because I want you to know that you attended this meeting, and some few months or year from here, you are going to think about this situation right now where I'm telling you, you are going to impact a lot of people's life. We have 1, 2, a lot of people's life. I want to see more guests coming. I want to see a lot of people writing 1. If you are a guest, if you have been invited to this presentation for the first time, I want to see how many guests we are having. And because I know you are the most important people right now in this meeting. You are the most important people right now in this meeting, because where you are standing right now, watching, where you are listening right now from, I have been there. Most of the people that are here right now have been there. I have been one of those people right now listening to a presentation like this. I have been one of those people watching and listening to a same presentation as this. And I want you to know that while I was listening like you, I didn't know what's going to come, but I had goals. I had said there was an amount of money I want to be making on a monthly basis. There was an amount of money I wanted to be saving on a monthly basis. There was an amount of money I wanted to be investing somewhere. There was experiences I wanted to experience, countries and places I wanted to see. But I was watching, and I was dreaming, and I was thinking, could this be me? Can I be able to achieve this thing that these people are achieving? And I want to tell you right now, if you are a guest and you have written a 1, or even if you haven't written a 1, but you know you are a guest, know that I was there where you are right now. I have been there listening and dreaming and thinking and making plans and making goals. But I did not take time to start. So you are going to change so many people's lives. And the only way you can do that is by making a choice. And they say choice is what makes all the difference. And from today, if you are to make that choice, and that choice is for you to start this amazing business that a lot of people are looking down on, and that a lot of people do not understand, but they are talking about it, but without understanding, they are gossiping in the corners about others that are doing this business. They are skeptical. They are doubting. No, but we are here. And when we started, they doubted. And today is congratulations. Where are you going next? Which country are you going to? How much are you making? Can you please borrow me a 10,000? Can you please give me 1,000? Can you please, But when we started, we are there. We had nothing. All we had is the dreams, is the goals, and we made a choice. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the choice is what makes all the difference. You can be motivated, you can be, inspired, but if you don't make that choice, if you do not make that choice, nothing is going to change, because things only change when you make a decision. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Forever Living Products. Forever Living Products is a business that has been in existence for over 40, it's actually going to be 48 years right now. And a lot of people join this business because of what? Many people or few people or whatever people that join this business, they join this business because of financial problem. I myself joined because of financial independence. I wanted to have financial independence. Grace said she's tired of asking and begging for money. And if today I sold, I made over 2,000 just today. Yesterday, I made over 4,000, and I'm going to tell you how I was able to make it. Was like a joke, but I was able to make it. And because I wanted to finish my business before I travel to Cape Town. So people join for financial independence. That's one thing I wanted. Other people join for personal reasons, and then there are those that join because of flexibility. And then you find people that are joining because of the amazing products that we have in this business. That is forever. That is forever. So you come here with your story, you come here with your problem, you come here with your goal. And the only thing that you are going to tell you is to work this business. Because at the end of the day, you need to understand this is a network marketing business opportunity, which is meant to create an extra income by selling our high quality products. We have amazing products. And with those products that are running this business, with any of the four reasons that you see down there below, that can be you. I'm sure already that Grace is here because she wants financial freedom. Someone out there is there because there is something personal that is going to make them join this business. I recruited someone early this month simply because this person was suffering from a certain condition, and she wanted to buy products. And I said, no, you are not going to buy only products. You are going to join so that you can have access to this amazing products at your disposal for the rest of your life if you decide to. And that's how this person was able to start the business. So she had a personal reason for wanting this products. And this same personal reason, I was able to sit with her and explain to her. And with this same personal reason, she decided to join the business. So I don't know what brought you here, but I want to tell you that whatever reason brought you here can be solved. Whatever goal you are aiming at can be achieved if you only make a choice. Because forever is one business does not need your experience, does not need your qualification, does not need your fluency in English, does not need you to be educated of what type of person. It needs you to have a reason. It needs you to be hungry, and you can become whatever you become. And this is a business. When you are investing it's not just a normal business you are investing. This is a business that has been here, founded in 1978 by Rex Moore. The headquarters are in Scottsdale, Arizona, United States of America. Forever owns aloe vera farms in the Dominican Republic and Texas. So where they are producing their Forever Living products, it's their own farms. It distributes products in over 140 countries globally in the world. So I don't know what country you are from. Please, if you may tell me in the chat, but I want you to understand that in almost Forever have covered almost the whole world. Because I want you to also go on the phone and probably find out how many countries do we have in the world. And Forever is not only distributing in over 140, it's in over 160 countries right now. So I want you to understand that in whatever countries you are, you should understand that this is not only in your country, it's in so many countries in the world. So meaning that a lot of countries in the world are doing Forever, meaning that a lot of people in the world are doing Forever. So what about you? You want to make an extra income. You are tired of borrowing. You don't know what to do. What are you waiting for if the world is doing Forever? And this is a company that remains debt-free to date. To date. Remember, it was founded in 1978. Guys, people that are born in 1978 are almost 50. They are actually 48 years this year. So meaning that this company only has 2 years to become 50. We found it here. We are living it here, most of us. So wherever you are watching from, know that the world is doing Forever, and the world have been doing Forever no matter what people say. No matter who told you whatever about Forever, this company has been here and this company will be here. If you are from Namibia, this company has been here for 25 years. It has been here. Even before I joined this business, I told my sponsor that I did not want it because I felt it was an old business. I felt it was for old people, forgetting that I am so old right now. And I knew this business when I was a small child, and I forgot that I grew old from that back then in the early 2000s when we used to hear about this business. I have few years to 50 myself. I don't think I have so much to 50. If I'm to be honest, I also just a few years to 50. So this is to tell you that this business, we found it here and we are going to leave it here. So I don't know what will be had, but I'm going to tell you that this company have changed a lot of people's lives through their financial situation. And it also has changed a lot of people because of these amazing products that we have. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Forever has amazing products. Products that are so good because when you take them, they do not even give you side effects. Products that are amazing because you can be taking them with medication if you are on medication. Products that are so amazing that you can be taking even when you are not eating. Products that you can be taking from wherever you find yourself. Products that are able to help your body to live to its full potential. And then you think about yourself, ladies and gentlemen, like, things that we eat today, things that we consume today, GMO products that we are consuming today. But with those amazing supplements that we have in this business, you can be taking it and you can be helping yourself to live a healthy lifestyle, to take them and avoid a lot of different diseases and different conditions that can come into our body just by taking this product on a daily basis. Not because you are sick, but because you want to look after yourself, because you want to take care of yourself. We have products, we have drinks that you can be taking every day. I drink the berry nectar and the aloe gel every day. We have bee products that are amazing. For example, people that are suffering with sinus, hormonal imbalances, things. We have body care products that you can use on a daily basis, that like facial products, body products, shampoos and conditioners that you can be using on a daily basis. We have fitness programs that you can also be using, whether you want to lose weight or you want to detox your body or you want to just to take up some daily nutritional that you think, my body needs this. We have personal care products, people that loves looking good. We also have skincare products. There are people that are even just so they have a phobia of pimples or phobia of weird skins, that they will do anything to have a shiny face. And we have that. And we have it everywhere. We have over 200 products in this company that people are using, and we have seen results and testimonies. Starting with this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is my sponsor. She was able to use those amazing products to lose weight after she was told by the doctor that she had high cholesterol, So she was able to use these amazing products. How do we generate profit? Is there salary? I want you to be patient. People that becomes big, people that are well off, are patient people. They listen, they observe, they watch. And I want you to listen, my dear, because we are getting there. Don't. The cake is still to come. Is it possible to get a record speech? You will get the record, definitely you will get the record. So this is to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that she was able to use the C9, one of our weight management products, programs that we have, and she was able to lose this weight. But not only her, we have other people. We have the likes of Dama Dastan that you see there, the before and after picture of this 3 men that you can see on my screen. These are men that I have seen with my 2 eyes. In fact, I'm going to see them in 2 days from now again. They have used these amazing products and they were able to maintain the bodies that they are having after right now. That's how they look right now. Ladies and gentlemen, these are proven products. The ladies that you see here also in the picture, I believe I'm also going to see all of them in the next 2 days. These are not edited pictures. These are real people real stories of people that are happening, even like the ones that you see in the middle here, that is Selma Angola, she's from Namibia, our own country. From me, we have a lady down here on my left from Tanzania. We have one of her up there on the right from Zimbabwe, but she lives in South Africa. Real people, real stories. They are not made up stories. A lot of people see things like this on social media and say, this is just selling strategies. These are not selling strategies, ladies and gentlemen. These are real stories. If you see that picture that you see there at the beginning, that is me. That was me, last year, September. That was my face last year, September. The first picture on your left, that was me in September. And if you see down, that is how my face looks right now because of these amazing products. I've used the Aloe Shield, I've used the avocado soap, and I've used the moisturizing lotion. Some people use the jelly, some people use the propolis cream. Like I said, we have amazing products. Down here on my left, we have the lady, I forgot her name. She used to be a waitress. Right now, few weeks ago, she did a presentation where she shared her story, and she's a millionaire. She lives in a glass house right now, and she was just a waitress. And look at her face, the before and after. In the middle here, we are having our amazing Dr. Elizabeth from Tanzania. Look at her before and after picture. On my right here, we are having Coach Kamini, again from Tanzania. I've met all these people that you see on the screen, except Dr. Elizabeth. Yeah, I can't wait to meet her in 2 days from now. I've never met her face to face, but I speak to her almost every day because whenever my clients come to me, she's a go-to person that I always run to when I have a specific problem with my clients and they need a recommendation of products that I may do not understand, because she's a doctor by profession that is doing this business. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are. I don't know what you do, but I'm telling you, people in this business, and we have a lot of them that are amazing and doing amazing things. Again, what you see there is me again. I only don't have the facial testimony. I'm also having the fertility testimony. I myself suffer from fertility issues, and I was able to conceive 2 kids because of this amazing products. If you see the last picture there, I'm having 2 kids and I'm pregnant. I think I was 7 months pregnant or 8 months pregnant there with my 3rd child. And the one that you see in red, she was the one that was in the stomach there when I'm wearing blue. She was the one that I was carrying there, the one that is in the red. And now what did I use? That product called the aloe vera berry nectar and those tablets that are called Vitalized Women. That is my picture. That is my product. That is my pregnancy test. That is my daughter's Sona picture. And that is my daughter's receiver. I took that picture myself. I still have that receiver. I still have everything. Even that pregnancy test, I have it to date because of this amazing product. So I don't know how many people you see every day, but I want to tell you that every second person that you meet in life is going through something that you don't know. Every second person that you are meeting in your life have a condition that you do not understand. Now let's get to the cake, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are actually impatient and they can't wait to hear how the business works. If the people make money, we do make money in the business. But what do we do? What we do is we only do 4 things in this business. Remember, I told you at the beginning, I'm a teacher by profession. I resigned 3 months into my business, and I do this business full time. I've been doing this business full time ever since. Full time. And I have been, a teacher for over 12 years. So what do we do in this business? So if there was no money in this business, I would not leave my job. But I left because I know this business can give me much more than my teaching profession could ever give me. And I'm not telling you to start this business and go leave your job. That's the decision that is coming from you after you have made all the necessary investigation and everything and put everything in places and to understand that I can actually go for this full time. So what do we do in this business? We do only 4 things. The first thing that we do, ladies and gentlemen, we become our own best customer. Remember, I gave you 2 testimonies about myself. I gave you a testimony about my face problems, my skin problems, and I gave you a testimony on my fertility issues. So you become your own best customers. Like I said, everybody is suffering from something that you don't know. There is something that you are going through, and you can use this amazing products, to create a testimony for yourself. And not only that, we have other people's testimony. So use the products yourself. Even in our house, cosmetics. People in Forever don't buy cosmetics because all their cosmetics comes from Forever. We have supplements that we take on a daily basis that we are supposed to be taking because you are the best customer of your own business. You are the best customer of your own products. You should be a product of a product. So that is the first thing you do, understanding the products and being able to use the products yourself. So you are able to buy products that are for your own house, that each and every person in your own house is supposed to be using those products. And number 2, you are supposed to be sharing these products with other people because that's what you do. We share these products with other people. We talk to people about the benefits of an experience about these amazing products that we have. And we develop 20 to 30 regular customers to be buying products from us, to be sharing and recommending people to coming by. And this is not even going to be 20 to 30 because on a daily basis, you have recommendation and referrals from other people. You meet new people on a daily basis. You get calls on a daily basis from strangers that have heard that, you know what, this lady is doing Forever Living products. Please call her. And number 3, we build a team. Like any other business, for it to flourish, for it to grow productively and successfully, there should be a team of people that are working in that same business. It doesn't matter what type of business, you can go to whatever company that they've opened up. It's a business. There should be a team of people that are appointed to different positions or that are doing certain things to make sure that the business is running successfully. We have supervisors that are there. We have managers, we have team players, we have drivers. It's a team of people. And the same concept, like any other business, is running it forever, ladies and gentlemen. For you to have a business that is growing very successfully and productively, we build a team. And how do you build that team in Forever? You talk to people about the opportunity. That is me already talking to you about this opportunity. You can invite people in this business, in this meeting to listen. That is us communicating to them about this opportunity. That is you communicating to them about this opportunity when you invited them. Find 5 key people to work with. Now, what do we mean by that? Find people that are hungry like you, that wants to make it like you, that wants results like you, that have goals and dreams like you. And when you have 5, you will hit a jackpot, because when you have 5, you guys are going to walk a simple circle. And when you walk that simple business circle and elevate in the business, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be unstoppable. And when you get those people, you do number 4. And what is number 4? You coach these people. You coach this team that you brought in your business. Coach them to develop their own 20 to 30 customers like in number 2. Coach them also to be using the products like in number 1. Coach them also to build their own teams and find their own 5 key people like you have done by finding them. And also, they should be doing exactly what you do, because Forever is a copy and paste business. What other people do is what exactly you do. So when you come here and somebody that brought you here is finding their 5 key people, including you. So meaning that you also, when you join, you start also finding your own key people. Because why? Because everyone wants to be successful. Because why? Everyone wants to make it in life, and they want to live their stressful life full of debts behind. So you gotta work the business, and working the business is you doing those 4 things. Isn't that simple, guys? Using the products, sharing the products, inviting people to meetings like this and one-on-ones and calls, just so that you build a team, and coaching them exactly the same. And how do you coach them? We give trainings on this business every day. So ladies and gentlemen, these 4 things, this one can be done by everyone. As long as you know what you want in life, this is going to be yours. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a patient, an impatient person in this meeting. Does it really work? And I want to tell you, just be patient. Be patient. If it was not working, why would we be doing this presentation to you? We are doing this presentation to you because it works. I told you I was a teacher before. And 3 months into this business, I resigned. That was in March 2023. I'm a housewife. I do this business full time from home, and I do not make less than 30,000 on a monthly basis. I don't. I don't. So this is make you understand that it works. I just told you today I sold over 2,000. Yesterday I sold over 4,000. It's not about it works. It's about, do you want it to work for you? It's not about if it works, because it already works. That is why it's out there. If it was not out there, it's not working. The reason it's out there is because it's working. But the question you should be asking is not, does it really work? Is, how do I make it work for myself? Because it can work for other people. So meaning it can work for me too. It can work for you too. Thank you. You do want it to work. So ladies and gentlemen, those are the only 4 things that we do in this business. Now, after we do these 4 things, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand that now. How do I make it work? Where do I go tell this business to? Who do I sell these products to? Like I told you, be patient, because we are coming. Be patient. Who will buy these products? Out there, next to you in the text, next to you at home, next to you at work, there's someone that wants to lose weight. There's someone that loves their skin. There's someone that wants to live a healthy lifestyle. There's someone that has a child or a family that is having a certain condition. There's someone that, that is also living some healthy challenges. Maybe they are HIV positive, maybe they are diabetic, maybe they have high blood pressure, maybe they have kidney problems, maybe they have migraines, maybe they have fertility issues, maybe they have skin problems. Or maybe there's also someone out there next to you at home, at work, in the church, at the office, in the street. Maybe someone that you meet in the taxi also wants to look better and feel better. Like I say, every second person that you meet in life is going through something that you don't know. And Forever Living products have products that can actually help these people. And these products, not only are they helping these people, it's helping you too, because you are going to sell them. And when you sell them, you are going to make money. So does it work? No, it doesn't work. It's a proof. It's a proof. This is not something that you can ask. It doesn't work. This is saying, how do I make money? Because how does it work? It's not even a question. There's a testimony there that is saying the products work. I've used the C9 and saw instant result, but couldn't keep up with the products due to the fund. I'm here for the discounts. You are here for the discounts. You should live the life. You should live the life that you are living. People are living to Cape Town. You are only here for the discounts. People are traveling for countries for free. You are here for the discount. Ladies and gentlemen, think big, dream big. Now, how do you build a successful business in Forever, ladies and gentlemen? We build a successful business in Forever based on our case credit. Now, what is case credit? Case credit is Forever Global Currency, which is a point system allocated to each and every product. So meaning that when you are in Forever, we have a language that is spoken that is called case credit, which is shortened by CCs. Now, what is CCs? This is what we use. When you see CCs in Forever, it means money. So the whole world of Forever, it's using this currency, CCs. It's like saying Namibian dollar, South African rand, Angolan coins, Tanzanian shillings, Kenyan shillings, Canada, what? Canada dollars or US dollars or whatever, So when you see this, it's also our currency. So when we see CCs for us, it means money. Now, for you to be now producing, for you to be productive, for you to be successful in this business, you need to do what is called 4 CCs on a monthly basis. The same way you go to work Monday to Friday, expecting a salary at the end of the month. You go Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, expecting a salary on the 20th of each month, on the 15th of each month, on the 25th of each month, or on the 30th of each month. As in Forever just said, I only need you to be 4 CCs active per month, and then I'm going to pay you a salary, which is not a salary because it's a business, we call it an income. Once you do those 4 cc's or points per month, I'm going to pay you. Now, how do I make those 4 cc's for me to get paid? By buying products and you use them at your house, by buying products and selling them, retailing them, and by recruiting people. So when you buy products, you make points that are called CCs. You make CCs. When you buy products and sell, every product that you buy, you're also making you are making CCs. When you are recruiting people in the business, you are also making CCs, because each and every product that you are buying in Forever is having a certain amount of CC. You can see the aloe vera gel that is standing at 0.12, 0.102 cc's. The aloe jelly tube is standing at 0.060. The box of Statue Jenny combo that a lot of people are starting with is standing at 2 cc's. So if you are to start this business, for example, on today or tomorrow, because you can start any day at any time. If you are to start this business today and you buy this box that is called Statue Jenny combo, which is 2 cc's, it means that if you buy another, so if you recruit someone buying the same box tomorrow, you are already getting paid on the 15th of May, 2026. You are also getting paid your recruitment bonus, because ladies and gentlemen, we get paid 3 times in a month. 4 times in a month. On the 1st of each month, on the 11th of each month, on the 15th of each month, and on the 21st of each month. On the 1st, after 10 days, the 11th, after 10 days, the 21st, we get paid what is called recruitment bonuses, meaning that each and every person that you recruit with this box called Statue Jenny combo, Forever pays you an amount of 1,688 Namibian dollars. You can put that in your currency per person. So, like for example, last week I recruited 2 people, and on Monday I got paid. Last Monday I got paid 3,000. I think it's 3,300 and 500 and something, somewhere there, because I've just recruited 2 people. I got paid on the 21st because I recruited those people between the 11th and the 20th. Then I got paid on the 21st. If you recruit 5, you are already at 8,000. If you recruit 10 people, I don't know how much money you are in. And that is only recruitment bonus. On the 15th of each month, we get paid now our salary, our income that we for doing this 4 cc's. Now, because you did that 4 cc on the 15th, that is now when you get paid your salary for doing that 4 cc, because 4 cc is a requirement. 4 cc is what Forever asks you to do. The same thing that your boss asks you to do, report or teach or what, and expect to be paid. Forever just said, I only need you to do those 4 cc. And ladies and gentlemen, this 4 cc is just the bare minimum what the company gave you to do. The maximum is up to you. People are doing 10, 20, 30, 40. And the more the CCs, the more the money. If you want to become rich, if you want to make the money, you're going to go hard. You're going to ignore every noise and say, I'm going to build this business to what I want it to be. Because at the end of the day, it's your business. And you decide how much you want to get paid. You decide how much you want to do in your business. Now, here's the marketing plan. Here is now what is the marketing plan, the compensation plan of Forever. So when you are starting a Forever Living Products business, you start at the first level like any other, which is called an assistant supervisor level. Now, for you to be an assistant supervisor, you need to buy this box that you see here written, Statue Jenny combo on your left. Once you buy that box, you are automatically an assistant supervisor, which other people become in 2 months. And that is joining with other small packages, and that will take you a long time. So I always advise people in our team that the best one to join is the Statue Jenny combo, which is taking you directly to assistant supervisor. But if you can afford that, you can as well start with the other one and build your business in 2 months to accumulate this 2 cc, because you become a full member by accumulating this 2 cc's. And when you're an assistant supervisor, ladies and gentlemen, boom, you buy your product at 30% discount. Where have you ever heard that? Even people who stack shops and bars and shops do not buy products at 30% discount. They buy it at the normal prices. We are going to Metro. I'm going to shop for my house. We are going to shop for your shop. We are buying at the same price. But in Forever, when you're an assistant supervisor, you buy on 30% discount. You get paid 25% on your preferred customers' profit. So every person that you recruit, you get 25%. And then you get 5% boost bonus for doing your 4CC to get paid on the 15th of each month. Ladies and gentlemen, what business can actually give you that money? On my first month of an assistant supervisor, I think I was paid over 6,000 something. On my third month, I was paid over 9,000. That is just the first level in the Forever Marketing Plan, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you want. If you are sitting at home and you're crying and you're praying for breakthrough, I need you to understand that this is your breakthrough, because if God did not want you to be here, you would not be here. The reason that you are here is because you are meant for this and you are supposed to start this. The next level in Forever, after becoming an assistant supervisor, you move to the next level. You don't stay there. You want to move, because life is also moving. You cannot be staying at one level when today we are in April. Next month is already May. So meaning that you cannot be an assistant supervisor. You also need to move with time, because time is leaving you behind and it does not wait for anyone. So your next level that you want to be is a supervisor level. Now, for you to become a supervisor, it takes you only 1 month, and that is by accumulating 10 CCs. Remember, becoming a full member is 2 CCs. Remember, getting paid or doing what Forever asks you to do is 4 CCs, but being promoted to the next level, it's asking you 10 CCs. Remember, I said some people are doing 4, some people are doing 5, 10, 20. It's up to you. So now, if you want to become a supervisor, your goal is to do 10 CC in 1 month, which can be done in 1 day. This 10 CC can be what I have people in my team that have done 10 CC in 1 day, 10 CCs in 2 days, 10 CCs in a week. It's all up to you. How hungry are you to become the version that you've always been dreaming about? And when you're a supervisor, you buy your product on 38% discount. Why do you want to settle for 30 when there's more that is ahead of you? 25% on profit, 8% on volume bonus, 3% on bonus on assistant supervisor group retail purchase. Ladies and gentlemen, for an assistant supervisor, your monthly income is average from 3,000 to 7,000 Namibian dollars. But remember, on my last month, I said I made round about 9,000. So it's about the work that you put in, because we get paid on our efforts. So the effort that you put in your business is what you get paid. At the supervisor level, your income is average from 7,000 to 13,000 Namibian dollars. I had a downline last month that only recruited 3 people, or it was 4 people, and she got paid. I think it was 3 people. She got paid 5,000 something, and she was like, Metragi, she called. I got paid this money for what? I said, you recruited, Mama. And it was so funny, because it's like she recruited yesterday. It was end of the month, on the 31st of March. And then on the 1st of March, she got paid. Imagine. Because that lady became a supervisor on the 30th of March, the same day. So that same day, before 5 o'clock, she recruited 4 people. 4 people. And then she recruited 3 people after 5, which is before 12 midnight. So these 4 people that she did before 5, she got paid on the next day, which was the 1st of April. But she recruited these people on the 30th, the day before, and she got paid the next day. And the next day she called me and said, I got money, I don't know for what. And I said, you recruited yesterday. And then she said, so fast. That it's about how hungry are you. If you're fast, Forever comes for you also fast. So there are people that are even joining straight supervisor. They take money and say, I want to go straight to supervisor. I don't have time for assistant supervisor. If you are in this meeting and that is you, congratulations, because you can do it here. It's about the effort. It's about what you decide to do in Forever. And then we move to the next level, which is an assistant manager. Like I said, you don't want to settle for less. You keep going. And one thing about Forever is we keep going. There's always something that is next. We don't settle for less. Unlike our jobs, once there's a supervisor or CEO, it ends there. 100 people are applying for one position in a company. In Forever, anybody can become. You can join today and be at my level in 2 months. It's not about you just came here and you find us here. You can find someone here that has been here for 10 years, and you in 2 years can be above them. That is what Forever is, because it's about you, what you are doing in your business. So the next level is an assistant manager. Now, to become an assistant manager, you need to accumulate 60 CCs in 2 consecutive months with your team. You are doing this with your team. It's a teamwork. So meaning that everybody is becoming, everybody is growing. When you find those 5 key people and you are all working together, you all grow together. So now when you're an assistant manager, you buy your products on 43% discount. You are discounted 43, guys, 43. Maybe sometimes on some shops, you can hear such percentage on Black Fridays. Sometimes, because some Black Fridays are still giving you 10% and they're telling you it's a sale. Your income as an assistant manager is average at from 13,000 plus minus. It can even go to 20,000. I remember mine was 22,000. I remember my guest speaker who's coming to share her story was paid 25,000 when she was an assistant manager. But there are people that are getting paid also 10,000, 8,000, 7,000. Because remember, I said it's about the effort that you put in the business. So you get paid according to what you do, according to what you do in your business. And then you move to the next level. Now that level is exactly where you want to be. That is a level that everyone that is coming in Forever is looking forward to. That is a level that when you start for Forever, your eyes should be focused on your dreams, your goals, should be focused. When you are sleeping at night, you should be thinking, how do I get to manager? If you want to get to manager, you should start drinking manager, eat manager, speak manager, act manager, do the business like a manager, then you will become a manager. Now at manager level, ladies and gentlemen, you buy your products at 50% discount. I'm sorry, it's 48, but for me, I call it 50 because guys, 48.50. That is basically saying buy one and get one for free. You are buying this product at not almost at 50%. Guys, 48 and 50 is almost the same thing. And you get paid. Your income as a manager is average at 40,000 unlimited Namibian dollars. You can put that in your currency. And to become a manager, you need to accumulate 120 CCs in 2 consecutive months. If not, they gave you another option. Why? Because this is a very dignified, it's a very level in Forever that once you are this, and people hear that you're a manager in, there's something about being a manager in Forever. Even the work becomes different when you're, even the talks is different when you're a manager, because manager is a prestigious level in Forever. So if you don't become it in 2 months, they give you extra 2 months and say, do it in 4 months, but we are adding you 30 CCs extra. So you are going to do it in 4 months, but you are doing 150 CCs. Ladies and gentlemen, unless you don't want to become. It's not asking you to pass a module. It's not asking you to go on research. It's not asking you to pay some money for exams. It's asking you to use the products, to share the products, and to build a team. And you can become a manager. That's all. It does not ask you for good English. It does not ask you for experience. It only asks you as a person and the hunger that is in you. So why not become a manager? So you move from there, ladies and gentlemen. And there are other levels. One thing about Forever, when I say manager, it doesn't mean that is the end of it. No, that is just the beginning. We have senior managers, soaring managers, sapphire managers, diamond sapphire, diamond manager, double diamond, triple diamond. You can see them down there. Senior manager making plus minus 90,000. Soaring plus minus 150. Sapphire managers are making plus minus 200,000. Diamond sapphires are making plus minus 500,000. We have diamond managers that are making plus minus 700,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen people that are making this money. We have sat on tables and have dinner with people that are making this money. I was even with one of them yesterday that is making over 700,000 on a monthly basis. Double diamonds. Guys, this is about you yourself. Things that you only dream of, things that you only hear, money that you only see in newspapers, money that you only see. That is what you become in forever. So think big, dream big, and become that if you join forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move. Now, becoming in forever, there is no shortcut. You start wherever everybody has started. I've only shared this with you to make you understand that whatever level you think you are, if you are a business owner already in the business and you're an assistant supervisor, I want to tell you that I, Tangi, was an assistant supervisor before. I started in January 2023 and I became a supervisor in February 2023. And in our time, we used to do 25 CCs on 2 consecutive months to become a supervisor. Right now, people are only doing 10. Then we moved to supervisor level. Then there was an assistant manager level. And then there was a manager level. And then it goes, it continues. So maybe probably 2 months from now, I'll be doing this presentation and I've headed another slide, another poster of a different level. So it goes. There is no shortcut. You start where everybody's starting. Even if you are going straight to supervisor, your first poster will still be assistant supervisor because you joined with the 2 CCs. So you can be making money in forever. However, we also have what is called leadership income. And leadership income is one of also the income that are making people rich in forever because we have amazing income. So when you are an assistant supervisor, assistant manager, you have 3 streams of income, which is coming from the products, from recruitment bonuses, and from doing your 4CC on a monthly basis. Those are your 3 income when you are an assistant supervisor, a supervisor, and assistant manager. But when you become a manager, income changes. Different incomes comes. This is one of them that is called leadership income. So meaning when you are a manager and you are building other managers, forever pays you more for changing people's life. Have you ever been paid in your life for changing someone's life? Forever pays you for changing people's lives. So if you are recruiting and these people are becoming manager, the one that you recruit becomes your first generation manager. And when they become manager, forever pays you 6% of it, which is around about 19,000 when they do 60 CCs on a monthly basis. And then this one in green, recruit the one in blue, because that one in blue becomes your second generation manager and forever pays you around about 3% of what they make on a monthly basis, which is around about 11,000, 10,000, 9,000, depending on what they have done on that particular month. And then the one in blue recruit the one in orange and forever say, I'm going to pay you 2% on your third generation manager because you have changed these 3 people's lives. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where you see me in town with a see-through bag selling Forever Living products, or you see me on my TikTok or my Facebook talking about Forever. And then when you see me in face, I'm driving a Range Rover and you are thinking Illuminati. And you are thinking it's juju. No, it's leadership income. No, it's manager income. No, it's the recruitment bonuses that I've saved. No, it's products that I've been selling like crazy. But because you do not understand, people start assuming. I met some lady that said, we have Meana Ndroma in Namibia. So I met one lady that came from her village, and they say the whole village used to say that they are having things. Why? Because all they see is them selling those things, but they live in a very beautiful big mansion. They drive expensive cars. Where are they getting that money? Are they saying that they are only getting money in those products they are selling?
The product is what runs the business, but within the business is bigger things that you don't understand, like things like this. That's why when you laugh at us in the streets, people are just looking at you, feeling sorry for you because you don't understand what forever is. So we have amazing forever incentive, ladies and gentlemen, that people are able to achieve. The first one that we have forever to drive. Now, our first incentive is forever to drive. Now, forever to drive comes like this. You qualify for a car, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever worked in a company that people qualify for cars? No, in forever, we qualify for them. We qualify for them. How do you qualify for a car in forever? By doing your business on a daily basis, by working hard on a monthly basis. You know, it feels good working hard for something that is yours, not for your boss, yours. Going to sleep at 3 a.m. working for something is yours. It feels good than sleeping at 3, working for your boss's company. Guys, so how to qualify? In 1 month, Forever said, we have 3 levels of qualifying for these cars. You can qualify either for level 1, level 2, or level 3. For example, in level 1, Forever say, you want to qualify for a car? Yes. Now, do 50cc in 1 month. And in the second month, you do 200 cc's. In the third month, you do 150 cc's. So meaning that I give you only 3 months. Any 3 months of your business, you can qualify for that, because you can be and Forever to Drive qualifier from as little as an assistant supervisor. And they say you do qualify in 3 months, yes, then Forever is going to give you 7,000 Namibian dollars on a monthly basis for 3 consecutive years, for 36 consecutive months, meaning that every month Forever is paying you that 3,000 at level 1. At level 2, 10,500. Look at the CCs. At level 3, 14,000 per month. You go in a garage, choose a car of your choice, and Forever say, I'm going to pay towards that car for 3 years, and then you can requalify again if you want to. And for a car, it's not a must. It's not a must. If you say, you know what, I don't want a car, I have other dreams, I have other goals, Forever say, no problem. No problem. You can have this money in your bank account on every 15th of each month together with your salary, and then you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to travel, go ahead. If you want to pay off your house, go ahead. If you want to take your kids to private school, go ahead. It's your money. You worked for it. You qualify for it. So you are going to get it. So you decide. Did your boss ever give you that? All these people that you see here are people that have qualified for this kind. In the first picture, we have a former police officer who is driving a Maserati. Down here, we have the Banga family that have been in the business for over 20 years with their Range Rover. I heard a story about them recently that last year they gave their kids, each of them, 3 million to go and start their lives. Guys, I can't wait to give my child 5 million to go start her life. Down here, we have a former advocate, driving a Porsche. Apparently, it's a Porsche. In Namibia, we say it's a Porsche. We pronounce it as a Porsche. In South Africa, they pronounce it as a Porsche. I remember our ND saying that last time. People qualify for these cars. When you see pictures like that on social media, people think it's a lie. People think it's made up story. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a reality. Reality, real stories, real people have qualified for this. They have bought cars like those ones that you see here. They are Tanzanian. In Tanzania, people don't buy things on credit. Like in Namibia, if you have to qualify for Forever to Drive, you can go to a garage and get the car on credit, and Forever will be paying for it. And you can, but in Tanzania, people are buying anything cash. You want a house, buy it cash. You want a car, buy it cash. You want a plot, buy it cash. You want land, buy it cash. Namibia here, even bread, you can buy it on credit. There people buy things on cash. So these boys and ladies that you see here, these are young people that were able to buy those cars cash, and they are beautiful cars. Cash, ladies and gentlemen. This is my sponsor, Veronica Kunja. She was 28 years when she bought that car. cash in her country, Tanzania, and she was the fifth person in the country to buy that. And what does she do? Forever Living product. How did she start? When she was a student. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting here being working for over 20 years and we still don't own anything. Dream big, think big. These are some of the Namibian people that have qualified for this car. I myself have qualified for it. There you see my first picture with my husband. Here with Miriama Nepando, in her last story, she even said she bought her car. You know, we have Takatuna Nkavara from Rundu, Miriama is from Jakati. We have Selma Angolo from Rundu, Tia Andreas right there in Swakop. We have Mariana Hilarious in Bentuk. We have a lot of people in our team. We have the likes of Anastasia Mavara, you know, Esther Kalwenya. You know, we have a lot of people that have actually qualified for these cars. This is us, not made up stories, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to become, you have to start and you have to walk it and to see it for yourself if you don't believe it, because we did it and we are living it. People are buying cars. I mean, houses. All the houses that you see here are Forever Living Products owners' houses. It's not a millionaire that is selling cars, or it's not a millionaire that is selling, it's millionaires that are doing Forever Living Products. You can take your payslip of Forever and go to the bank and tell them, I want a house. In Forever, it can happen. Other incentives that we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have incentives of traveling, starting with the Global Rally. What is a Global Rally? This is a traveling incentive where Forever chooses exotic location each year and people qualify to travel. You know, as I speak right now, we were supposed to be in Dubai. I'm speaking now. We were supposed to be in Dubai right now as I speak. But because of the conflict that is happening in that region, our global rally was cancelled. It was cancelled, and Forever decided to take global rally to the people. It started on Thursday. It was on Friday, I think. It was in Kuala I don't know even how to pronounce it. They are headed to New Delhi. I think they were in New Delhi yesterday, if it's not today, I'm not sure. And they are going to Warsaw, in Netherlands, or in Poland. And then they are going to be in Cape Town next Saturday. And that's why I keep saying we are leaving to Cape Town in 2 days. So the president of Forever, the CEO of Forever, all the Forever executives, they are coming to Cape Town, and we are going to meet them on the 2nd of May. It's going to be big at the Western Grand Arena in Cape Town. So if you are here and you didn't start this business, but you are having money to buy yourself a ticket and say, I want to go witness these things myself, you are welcome to do so. Come with us and come experience what Forever is. It's happening. And next year, Global Rally, we are leaving to Hong Kong. We are going to China. These are just some of the pictures of our amazing leader that went for Global Rally in Paris last year. The likes of Mariana Hilarious from Rundu with her daughter and her sister. You know, we have Veronica and her daughters. These are to tell you that, guys, we don't play about Forever, or Forever don't play about their business owners. We travel. And I jumped the other incentive coming to chairman's bonus. We also get money that are called chairman's bonus. You know, the same way you get paid on your birthday month, if the government doubles your salary, Forever says we also give you bonuses so that you can also enjoy the profit that the company is making. And for you, and they don't just pay people like in Namibia, you can go to work and sleep and go back home and tomorrow go back again and sleep. And on your birthday month, you still get your bonus. Forever said, we are not working with lazy people. You want to get the bonuses, you work for it. You qualify for it from January to December, and you can make it. We have our amazing Esther Kalwenya that is going to stand in front of Cape Town stage, not on the 2nd to receive her check. Because when you qualify for a chairman's bonus, the trap that is for Global Rally, that is where you go and receive your check. So people were supposed to be receiving their checks in Dubai, and because it's cancelled, they are going to receive their checks now in Cape Town. And we have level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 start from 50,000 to 1 million. Level 2 from something, so somewhere around from 2 million to 6 million. And then we have about level 3, which is probably 7 million unlimited. Unlimited because I have seen people or heard stories face to face of people that have made over 50 millions or, in this company on chairman's bonus. I have seen a lady that made a 1 million something US dollars. Put that in your currency, ladies and gentlemen. US dollars on chairman's bonus. And who can qualify for chairman's bonus? Even you sitting there now that have been joined forever can start today and can work your business. And 2027 December, you could be one of the people that are getting their checks on Global Rally. So anybody can do it. The next initiative is called Eagle Manager. Now, what is Eagle Manager Retreat? Eagle Manager, ladies and gentlemen, is an initiative that is amazing. Amazing because anybody can become an Eagle Manager. And it's the easiest qualification in Forever Living Products because it asks you so little CCs and it gives you 12 years. And if you are a manager right now or you are becoming a manager this month, Eagle Manager qualification is starting on the 1st of May and is going to end on the 30th of April 2027. And if we have people in the meeting that are already managers and they are going for their Eagle Manager 2026, ladies, you only have 2 days. I said 2 days. You have 3 days from now because you only have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to qualify. And we have 4 days actually. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to qualify for your Eagle Manager. So if you are a manager and you have few CCs to qualify, do it now. Run now. Not the marathon, but sprint. Ladies and gentlemen, talking to you is Tangi Pena Ambambi, a brand new Eagle Manager 2026. And she qualified for the second time, 2 years in a row after she became a manager. Me, that is talking to you, a broke teacher that I was 3 years ago, someone that was living in a 1-bedroom, same bedroom, toilet, kitchen. I speaking to you right now, an Eagle Manager, being able to qualify for a trip, and we are traveling to Sun City in October. We are going to Sun City. So, Samsung something, does it work? Hear me, does it work? Ask yourself that question again. So you can become that, ladies and gentlemen. So Eagle Manager, they also choose exotic location. So last year, we qualified for Thailand. But for me, I did not go to Thailand because I was expecting, Forever paid me money that I was supposed to spend in Thailand. And that's why, because when you cannot go, Forever still see you. Forever don't forget about you. They say, okay, you cannot go because you are going to have a beautiful baby from Forever Living Products. We are going to pay you for not going. But this year, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to Sun City and I'm taking what? My husband with, because you can take anybody that you wish to take. You choose. Whoever is paying for the both of you, your mom, your dad, your son, your daughter, your sister, your brother, your friend, your best friend. You can even take your enemy so that they can see how you are doing. But be careful to trust your enemy. So you can become, ladies and gentlemen, yes, a broke teacher that is talking to you right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to Sun City. We only used to hear about Sun City when we were using SA idols, when they are auditioning and they will say, see you in Sun City. Somizi used to say that. Now we are going to see Sun City for ourselves. Ladies, Forever is a dream come true. Forever is a game changer. Next year, Eagle Manager is going where? We are going to Dubai. We're just going to pray that this war, whatever is going on, they ends now. Because as next October, we are going to Dubai for global rally. So if you want to go to Dubai next year, start now in May, the 1st of May, the qualification for Dubai Eagle Manager is starting. And you have a chance to become that, ladies and gentlemen. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, those are just last year's qualification. That is me that qualified. There's Miriama there, there's Takatuna in cover. We had about 9 people that actually qualified. Those people that you see there, 80% of these people right now, 90 are Namibians, and then we have some from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from our team, amazing leader. And, on a few days from now, we are even going to hear a qualification of people that actually get qualified, and they will be jetting off to what? To Sunset, everything paid for us. We are not paying anything. Look at those pictures. Happy, I see here I see the first man here, I think is leader Celine's husband, if I'm not mistaken. We are seeing Tia's sister here from Ndola, guys. That is my village. You have Dasta Kalwenya here, Tia Andreas there, Frida Skanga and the husband behind there. We have Takatuna and Kavara here, Miriam Haufiku there, guys. Veronica Kunja, Mariana Ilarias with a beautiful black dress right there. We have Celine Esther Kalwenya, guys. Real people, real stories in Phuket, Thailand last year. And are you asking yourself if it does work? Ladies and gentlemen, if it doesn't work, we would not be having these meetings. It's because it's not about it working. It's transforming. It's not working, it's transforming. And then we have the level up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, level up also starts from January to December. And when you qualify for level up, you are going to witness what is happening on the ground of the Forever Living Products production, where they are made from the farms. How products are made. That is where you go to experience in the Dominican Republic. So people that qualify for a level up, that's what they do. And ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, they say in Forever you should dream big and you will achieve big. Right now, I'm dreaming big. And I want this. I want to see the Dominican Republic. I want to see the farms. I want to see the aloe leaves, how they're, how they're harvesting it, everything, guys. And where am I? I'm a broke teacher that is having goals, that is having dreams. And I'm having dreams that I know are possible because we have seen our leaders achieving them. And we know since they were able to achieve them and they brought us in this business, they train us, they coach us, and we are doing the same. We are going to dream big and we are also going to achieve it. We are going to see it. And you want to experience. Look at my sponsor, guys. Ain't she beautiful? Ain't she amazing? Ain't she a superstar? Who wouldn't want to be that? Who wouldn't want to kiss an alubaba and see her plant? Guys, think big. Dream big. I'm dreaming to join. Don't dream to join, my leader. Say, I am joining. Don't dream. Join. Look at how the aloe leaves are being produced, guys. That is our upliner, Eno Salema, and her amazing wife, Dr. Elizabeth Salema. Guys, what is Forever? And what is not Forever? Forever is a network marketing business. And what is not Forever? Forever is not a job. It's a business. It's a business. For all those trips to happen, for all those money to have, you need to work your business. Talk to people, use the product, share the product, build a team, coach the team, attend meetings like this. Make that money, become your first millionaire in your family, become the first rich person in your family, break the generational curses. Because in Forever, we are breaking the generational curses, guys. We are breaking the chain, and you are here because it's not by chance. You are here today. You might just be the chosen one to change everything in your family. Now, how do you become? How do you become that person that you want to become? By registering. You go to the person that invited you and say, I want to start. And when you start, say, I want to become. Let's plan. Let's plan and let's get into action and let me become a manager. And once I become a manager, I know I can achieve all those things that Tangi was talking about. I want to bring my people to business presentations like this. I want my family to come and listen. I want my friends to come and listen. I want my colleagues to come and listen. So get me started right now so that I become one of the forever business owner and also change my life like people in forever are able to change your life. Because why? Do you want to do that? That is a question you ask yourself because you want to know why do you want it so bad? Me, I wanted it because I wanted financial freedom. I was drowning in debt. I was crying every night and I was praying for a breakthrough. And the breakthrough came to me in December 2022. And I turned it down for not knowing better. I turned it down for not even taking a leap of faith to understand. I've turned it down because of the stereotypes, the perception that people have told us and what we have seen on social media, what we've heard on the radio, and what not. It took me a month to be in a presentation like that, and dear, did I not regret. I know it was only a month. Some people took them a year to before they started. Some took them months and they regretted once they understood. Because once you understand forever, once you are in forever and you understanding, you can never go back. You can never go back. So you need to understand why. What is your reason? Because once you have that reason, once you have that powerful reason why you want to start, you can become whatever. Maybe your reason is to go build your mother a house. Maybe your reason is to show those people that have been looking down on you. Maybe your reason is to know what you want to buy a car. Maybe your reason is, you want to go live in a different country. Maybe your reason is you want to travel the world, whatever. Maybe your reason is your health. Whatever it is, it's possible if you only start this business and do what other people are doing. And how do you start? You start by buying your Stature Jelly combo pack of 7,000 Namibian dollars, 7,400 Namibian dollars, and you can put that in your own currency. Become an assistant supervisor right away. Someone once said that 7,000 Namibian dollars is too much. I said, I don't make them less, I make, 50,000 here, 60,000 there, 70,000 there on a monthly basis on a business that I started with 7,400. I'm headed to Cape Town next week. This week. I'm headed to Sun City in October for free with me and my husband, just taking our suitcases and our passport. And you are telling me 7,000 is too much. Aibo, stop it, man. Stop it. The company is giving you everything and you're telling me it's too much, that you don't understand. What business can you start with 7,000 and can give you all that? Tell me. You need to tell me before I understand that. So, ladies and gentlemen, for me, when it was told to me, I told Veronica, like, I don't have this money right now, but I'll make it available tomorrow. When I heard the stories, that's what I did. The box in Namibia is 7,400. For me, I went to Entrepo. What is Entrepo? Entrepo is another Letego of Namibia of the government. I took that loan at 8 o'clock. I was in top 5 of people that were already in that line. I took that loan of 7,000. 9 o'clock, I was signing my form with Veronica. I started my business. The next day, I recruited my husband and I got paid 4 days from there. And I said, what? I never looked back. I went crazy. People thought I was crazy. They even gossiped and talked and wanted to put me in meeting because I even decided to leave my job. They thought I was crazy. Today, every meeting that they have, they will say, please call Tangi. Is Tangi, did you tell Tangi about this? Does Tangi know about this? The Tangi that they all thought is stupid. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you right now, forever is not a joke. It has to be about you, and you are going to start. That 7,000 is going to change everything for you if you decide to. I'm not saying go and take a loan. I'm telling you what I have done. Other people, I have heard stories. You are even going to hear a story of my guest speaker right now. She also have a very beautiful and inspiring story of how she started her forever business. I have people ahead that have used their rent money, have used up their those their deduction money. People have sold TVs, people have done what, people have borrowed money just to start. So when you want something, you do whatever you can to do it so that you can unlock your full potential in the Forever Living Product marketing plan. So your first box that you are buying, you are getting a 5% off of all the products that you are purchasing. So that's 7,000. You are not just joining, you are getting this box in return, which is having products that are worth that amount, and they are discounted by 5%, meaning that you are gonna make more than 7,400 if you sell it. So meaning that you are going to get your money back of what you have invested in this business. What business can give you that, ladies and gentlemen? So this is how I started my business. On the left, right there, that is the day. Look at me, very thin. Guys, if you see me now, I'm very fat. Oh, I'm even, my cousin today even said, Tangi, I've never seen you with this weight. Oh, here is me signing my form with Veronica right there at Protea Hotel, Independence Avenue, Turingerov, with my amazing husband next to me, like, Tangi, we are doing this. And next day he joined. Here, this day where we are wearing these 4th North t-shirts, that was the day my husband joined. We came to meet Veronica at what is this? At that Grill and Addict where Nando's used to be. That is where he joined, and you know what, ladies in the middle, that is how I met Veronica on social media. She was a total stranger to me, so I don't know who invited you here. I don't know what they saw in you. I don't know what God said go contact them, or they contacted you. I want you to understand that it was not by chance. It's because you were meant to hear about this, because ladies and gentlemen, people are out there that don't even know what is forever, that have never even heard about it. So if you are here and you are hearing about it, I want you to understand that it was, or it is, meant for you. If you look at those texts, ladies and gentlemen, 17 December 2022, 16 December 2022, and I came to join this business on the 5th of January 2023. Now, sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. This is just another why I need you to understand this. Your why is forever. So why do you want to join this business? Why did you start? This is what you need. Maybe you want to change your life, more income, or maybe you want financial freedom, maybe you want to help your family. Because when your why is so strong, your excuses of starting becomes weak. If you have a reason why you want to change or who you want to change, everything else becomes very weak. Then you start your business and say, I'm going to be 4cc active on a monthly because forever says no 4cc, no business. So you need to understand that 4cc is the engine of your business. It's like driving your car. If you have a car with no engine, it's not going to go anywhere. So when you start your business, let the person that invited you here break it down for you nicely on how you can make this work for you. And ladies and gentlemen, you can be very much unstoppable. There are ways to join this business. I also told you, you can say, you know what, I'm going to buy my 2cc's and I'm going to get my 4 people today. I'm going to bring them to a presentation like this, and I'm going to call Tangio, I'm going to call Esther, I'm going to call Mariana. They are going to explain this business to my people, and I'm going to join with my people. I'm getting to supervisor already by the 30th of April, and I'm becoming a supervisor because I want to run for Eagle Manager. I want to become a manager. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to buy my 2 box of 2cc, and then I do my 4cc to get paid, and I'm going to only recruit 3 people, and I'm going to become a supervisor because I don't want to settle for assistant supervisor for long, or I don't want to be an assistant supervisor for long. I want to get moving because agency is power in Forever Living Products. When you come in and you are powerful and you are very urgent, you are like, I don't want to relax, because once you relax, you also get demotivated by people around you. So you start by force and say, I'm blocking out the noise. I want to become a supervisor once I start my business. Ladies and gentlemen, you can become it and you can be making a lot of money. Or you can say, you know what? I'm going to take this money and I'm going to buy collagens that are worth 10 cc's, and I become a supervisor right away. You know, that is saying I'm going to take 37,700 and I'm saying I'm going to become supervisor on a go. It has happened in my team. There are people that just said, I'm coming in with my 37 and becoming a supervisor. I'm going to buy products that are worth that amount. And ladies and gentlemen, when you buy that, if you want collagen, you are making a profit of 535 Namibian dollars. You know, if you buy 25, you know, that is you becoming a supervisor. And out of those 25, if you sell them, you make a profit of 13,000. So you join with 37,000 by buying the collagens, but you are making an extra 13,000 from selling them. And that is just an example. We have amazing other products that you can start with. You know, you have C9, you have the aloe gel, 3 packs of gel. You can start with whatever, but it's all up to you. Or you can just start with your 2cc tomorrow and say, I'm going to build it. And then 2 days from now, I'm sure I'm going to recruit those 3 people. I'm going to check that cousin of mine, you know, that friend of mine, that colleague of mine, that person that I went to school with. And then you say, you know what? I want to become a supervisor by the 30th of April. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, I've seen it happening in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days, in 4 days, in a week. It's all up to you, depending on the hunger that you are having as a person that wants to become or that wants to change their lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I want or I would love only now. I'm so sorry, guys. I talk too much, you know. But one thing about Forever, guys, it brings the fire out of me. It brings the energy out of me. You know, I don't know how you feel about Forever, but me, I eat, drink, eat Forever on a daily basis. So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any time, I would love to invite our guest speaker of tonight, all the way from Namibia, Poppy Nangolo. I've been doing collaboration lately with her. We have been, doing things together lately, and we came up with this, like, why don't we actually just collaborate on this, presentation? It was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, and I was like, you know what, let's do it on the 26th, before we leave for Cape Town, because we want to leave the house powerful, so that when they come back, they know what they're going to do. So, popular lady, over to you. Welcome, and please inspire us with your amazing story. Over to you. Is Poppy in the house? Let me check my phone. I think she was texting me also. Poppy, can you unmute yourself? Okay, she has texted me. Oh my goodness. She even sent me his slides. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Okay, okay, hold on, leaders. Hold on a little bit. Yo, I'm only seeing this now. Let me quickly just go to my WhatsApp. Let me check if I can quickly. Just hold on for me, leaders. Don't leave. You have to be inspired by Poppy's story. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Let me just quickly check. Okay. I can't unmute. Am I the host? Oh, I'll meet you now. I'll meet you now. Just hold on a bit for me. Say this. Okay, yes. Elena slide. Okay, save on the. Let me save it on my desktop. Good. Okay. 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 Okay, let me just open your slides, Poppy. I was just saving it on my laptop from my WhatsApp. Okay, open. Hold on. Okay, let me stop to share mine. Then I'll, okay. Hold on a bit. Sorry guys, I think I didn't see this earlier when she sent me her, what? Yes, okay, let me just start them. Good. We are done. Good. Loading, sharing now. Apologies, guys. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't save it so many times. Okay, and PowerPoint. All right. Let me share. Everything. Okay, minimize it. Open the screen. And I can share now. Okay, Poppy, I think I'm host. I'm going to unmute you now. And then you can share your story. My leader. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear Poppy. Let me unmute her because I think I'm the host, if I'm not mistaken. Please, where is she? Where's Poppy? Please, can you raise your hand, Poppy? Maybe that way I'll be able to see you faster. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes. Poppy. Raise hand. What is your, okay, this is popping, eh? Okay. Where are the peace? Peace, side. Okay, here. Why am I OP? Why am I not seeing your name? Ugh, come on. Okay. Poppy. Why am I not seeing Poppy? What is, okay, it's here. I got you. Okay, it's here. Okay. You can unmute yourself, my leader. I just asked you to unmute.
Ooh.
You are audible.
Am I audible, guys?
Yes, very audible.
Okay.
You can take us, inspire us, my leader. The floor is yours.
Hi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Poppy Nangolo. And wow, what a powerful meeting. Wow. Now I feel like my story won't be powerful as the meeting itself because wow. Okay, I think my tongue will be sliding for me. Oh, okay. Great. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Poppy Nangolo, but my official name is Helena Nangolo, as you guys see from the first slide. And I am known as Poppy Nangolo, and I am proud to say I am a mom. I actually recently just became a mom to a most beautiful daughter. I am a professional network marketer with over 6 years of experience, and I am a manager in Forever Living plan, a marketing plan, and I am a 60 club achiever as well. Yo, guys, I'm so nervous. Metangi? I don't know, or it's just my side. Okay. This is my journey. Guys, I'm so nervous. I actually never shared my story before, but I hope I'm going to do the best, and I hope we are going to listen because, yeah, it's like I'm a new bit at this, but yeah, this is my story. Yo, it all started with a coffee meeting. Wow. After the meeting, it all started. This picture is so close to me. The reason I put this picture is because this was the first day I met my sponsor. My sponsor is it's in this picture. That is me, that is Marian, and that is my sponsor. And we met for the first time because I saw her posting about the business and what and the money. And I was like, oh, I want to know, please plug me. I actually told her, please plug me. We have been in contact before, but we have actually never met officially. So this was our first day. I met my sponsor because we were meeting out. I wanted now to hear about the plug, about the money she's talking about and everything. So this was the day of the meeting. And this picture is so close to me because this is the day I met the person that is actually changing my life at the moment. Oof. Mama Tang, you can go to the next slide. Thank you. And this is to say I started before I was ready. Wow, I have a lot to say. You know, after the meeting, when we actually met at the restaurant and she started talking about, in fact, she came with some of the products. I remember she came with the yellow bottle, she came with some bar soaps and tooth gels. And that time I know about the yellow bottle because back then at home we could always hear me and Andorma talking about and all that. But honestly, from my side, I was like, Andorma's company. So I honestly didn't pay attention to the bottle because at first I was like, oh, my sponsor is actually sick. Because growing up, honestly, I felt like these products were for sick people. To be specific, for people with HIV and AIDS, because that is how I grew up. That is, at the village, you just hear me Anna Drama talking about it, and mostly she focused more on the immune boosters, this and that about the disease. So when you see this bottle, if you are from the village like you could always think, oh, the bottle, the products for sick people. That is what I thought. That was what came in my mind. So when the meeting started, and she started talking about the business opportunity, I was like, this meeting opportunity, this business that you're talking about, I wasn't ready because I didn't want the meeting when she started talking about forever and looking at the bottle is written forever. I was like, I have nothing to do with this bottle at all. And I don't even want to hear about sick people. I don't want to work with sick people. I don't want, because it's very hard to keep people's secrets. Imagine knowing the neighbor is sick and you need to provide the medicine and all that. Now, I wasn't ready for that. And also that is what I did as a graduate. So I didn't want anything to do with all this disease and all that. So, but I knew I needed change, but I wasn't ready to start with these sick people. And then I listened. One thing about me, I had an open mind, or I was ready to hear more about it. And then, yes, that was the day I met my mentor and my sponsor. She was talking about the business opportunity because at that moment, my sponsor just started as well. So I was now listening to Mariana talking, and I was like, okay. She was sharing a lot of stories. She bought a house, and looking at her, she was a nurse by the time, and I'm doing this full time, and I was just looking at her to say, okay. And then she started talking about the money, showing the proofs, and telling the story of each and everybody that is making money and all that. And I was like, wow, this is what I want. But honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna work with it. So after the meeting, I went home thinking, okay, so if I have to start this business, I was told I need to have money, right? So where I went, when I get home, I was like, where will I get the money? And honestly, I didn't have money at all. Maybe I had around about 500, if it's not 800 in my account at the moment. And I didn't have anything, but I know I wanted the money. So I went in my room by the time I went there, and then I decided, oh, maybe I can sell my bed. But selling my bed still, that time when I started, it was 2024. So even when I sell my bed, I cannot get enough money to start the business. Do you get it? I cannot get that $6,830 to start the business. So I've decided that, okay, fine. Let me try. One thing about me that day, I think something happened, because I was so positive about this business that I didn't want from the beginning, right? So I started thinking, Kucha, okay, what do I really have that I'm gonna sell? Because I'm this person that I cannot go get a loan, because by the time I wasn't even working, I cannot get a loan. I don't have a pay slip, and people won't even trust me with their money to get it because I don't even have. So so I made a sacrifice. I sold my 4 wigs. I sold 4 of my wigs at a very affordable price because I just wanted to raise the funds. I wanted to raise 6,830 and doing the business as a full membership. That is the only thing that I wanted at that time. I didn't know anything about the business, but I had something that was stronger within me. I was excited, and I knew I wanted change, and I was ready to try. Because at the moment, I wasn't doing anything. I didn't even know how I would run the business, but I knew I couldn't stay the same. That was the only thing that I wanted. And this picture, the 3 of us, this is the beginning. Like before I even became a member in this business, we took this picture in Spa, in Ochivarongo. We took this picture, in Spa, because we were going to Rondo. That was my first time going to Rondo. And you can see Madonna is in her scrubs, like forever scrubs by the time. And then we were going to make a presentation in Rondo. Like I had prospect, Tia had prospect, everybody had prospect. And honestly, on my side, I was not even in the business yet. That's why I say before I even became a member in the business, I had already started running. I was talking, I was doing presentation here and there. I was talking to people, I was building connections and looking for serious prospects. Like I just needed somebody that would join at that moment. And this is the time I was advertising my wigs. Like I was so stressed because people were not buying at the moment. And and I was already running. I had some people. I had people that were ready to join, and I didn't have money. Am I still audible, guys?
Very audible, very audible.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, at the time I didn't have, I was talking to prospects, looking for serious people to start, and I did not wait. One thing, I never waited to be perfect. I didn't wait to be perfect. I didn't wait to know everything. I was not a member yet in the business. Yet I was running. So I didn't want to be perfect, but I just started. I was talking to people like I was already a member. I even traveled. This, as I said, this picture, we took it when I was going to Urundi for a business meeting. I wasn't officially in the business yet, but I was hungry. That's how bad I wanted change. I already had prospect. I already believed in myself. And I made a promise, like, I will make it in this business no matter what. And talking about, like, I will make it the time, I didn't even know anything about the business. Yo. And you see the first slide, that is the pictures, the wigs that I've sold in the business. Because those are the wigs that I had before forever. Because I had wigs, because I'm a graduate, I had money here and there that would come in and then save and buy a wig and all that. Do you understand that? But that is not part of the business. And the first big win that I made it, guys. I became an assistant supervisor. When I sold my wigs, when I just got that money that day, I remember it was in the morning. I woke up and these people just kept buying the wigs. When I got 6,800, I sent that money. Honestly, I didn't even, if I got a change, it was $30 or maybe $15. I know for sure it was not more than 100. I became an assistant supervisor. And that was the moment I officially became a full-time forever business owner. That was the time I started signing up my people because it was already around month end of April. And then now I was so excited to start the business because I can officially sign up my people. To understand? I can officially get my books. I can officially start doing content and all that. I was so excited. And no, I didn't have any more doubts and no more hesitation. I wasn't thinking, what if, what no. I was ready to work and run. And this is where I started building for real. Like I started running. Woo, something even bigger happened this time before the supervisor level. Between the supervisor and the assistant supervisor, something happened. There, our mentor just promised us to go to South Africa if we became a supervisor. We were given actually a challenge. Like if you qualify as a supervisor before August, you will qualify for a full paid trip. Like our mentor will pay for that trip to go to South Africa for a success day or something, Sunday success day. For everybody to be recognized on stage and everything. And I knew one thing: I had to be there. I had to be recognized, and I was excited, and I ran for it. That is why I became a supervisor. Like I didn't even take as many months as whatever. I can't remember the date exactly, but I know for sure I qualified to become a supervisor. I became a supervisor, guys, and there where everything changed when I traveled to South Africa. Like as you can see, I traveled to South Africa. Not only did I grow in the business, I qualified for a free paid trip to South Africa. I traveled with my sponsor and my sister in the business, Zia. So we went together, we created a lot of content, and I was so excited. And that travel, I always tell people to say that travel that I went to South Africa for Success Day was the whole image of my business, because that is where my business grew. It was no longer just a dream. It became a reality to say, yes, I became a supervisor and I went to South Africa. And guys, everything happened. I didn't only become a supervisor by then. I actually qualified to be one of the top supervisors. The top supervisors where we were recognized by the Forever Living president. That is when I met the Forever Living president. I got a yellow box that was so big as a gift to be a top supervisor. I was recognized on an international stage. I was so excited. And this is so emotional to me because I can't believe where I came from to where I am right now. Like it was a whole journey and I really made it. I remember when I arrived in South Africa, we even went to the office. We went to the Forever warehouse, because by then we didn't have a warehouse in Namibia, but we could always wait for our products. It can be either a week or two from South Africa to come. But honestly, we never gave up. This is just to tell you that if you are here in the business at this moment and all you do is complain when maybe no, I don't have products and all that, this is to tell you that we didn't even yeah, this is the third slide. The third slide in this picture is where you see I have a yellow box. That is when I was on stage and I was being rewarded by the president of Forever Living Business. I stand there and I felt proud. I felt grateful and I felt unstoppable, because meeting our president for the very first time, that moment meant everything to me. What once felt impossible became real to me, because seeing just the president in the pictures and just hearing people talking about the president, and you're just like, okay, is this person even real? Is even a white person, So I was just so excited. The middle picture, that picture, it's me, my sister, and my sponsor. We actually went to South Africa to we had that time we were in South Africa and we went for I don't know what this is. It was the river crossing thing. It was so exciting. It was so good and it was so excited, guys. And then from then I decided to run. I remember I was a supervisor, and then from then I decided now to run for my business. And that is when I came back from there, I pulled, I pushed, I ran, because the next stage was assistant manager. I reached an assistant manager level, and that wasn't just a rank. This is where I changed. This is where I stepped out of my comfort zone. I could show up each and every day to the business. I could do online meetings. I could do one-on-one. I'm more on one-on-one person. I could show up each and every day in town. There by Megan Beans, there by Wimpy. I'm there with my sponsor. And one thing I'm grateful for, until I became wherever I am today, I'm grateful for my mentor and my sponsor. Especially, they never left my side. My sponsor never left my side. She could always be there. Like, I stepped out of my comfort zone. I started believing in the business even more. This is where I realized I don't just want the business. I needed it. I needed it. And I know for sure I could not fail in this business. You will understand why when I go. I kept showing up. I showed up for my business each and every single day. I traveled. No, Mama Tangi. No, Mama Tangi, go back. I showed up for the business. I don't have a lot of slides, but I'm just going to tell the story. I showed up for the business each and every day. I traveled to different towns, Rundu, Katima, Ondangwa, and more. I remember we even went to extent of going to Zambia. We even went to Sesheke from Katima. Like, I stayed a week there just to build, just to keep building from that side and helping my team, helping each and every day. And my sponsor, if I wasn't with my sponsor, I was with my mentor. If I'm not with my mentor, I could always with Zia. We were always together. We were always the big three, the big four. We were always together. And I remember there was a time we made a tour with Mama Vero. This is the time I was closing assistant manager. This is actually the time when I was an assistant manager, because I remember there were times where I could always go on stage and share how I became an assistant manager. Because honestly, I kept showing up. I was doing meetings. I was building my team. I was growing my business. I even went to the airport to welcome one of my sponsors. Like one time when my sponsor traveled without us, and then we stayed here, and then she could always be saying, "Guys, go, guys." I believe, my sponsor became a manager when she within 4 or whatever months. She was so fast to become there. She was running that one. So she could always tell me, "Guys, the money is at the manager level. The money is at the manager level." And when she gets paid, she will send you a view once of the money. And I was like, I needed to be a manager. That is one thing. I believe I became a manager within 5, if not 6 months in the business. I became a manager. I was building something real. No matter what, I never gave up. And that is why I'm still here today. I became a manager, and this moment felt unreal. Looking back at the way I started, only my sponsor and my mentor knew how badly I wanted this. And I felt like it wasn't coming. I remember there was a day I was even crying. I was like, I kept showing up each and every day. But it was not coming. I remember there was a time I missed it with, I think, I'm not sure if it's 10 or 15 CCs to close the manager level. Oh, guys, I cried that day showing my because seeing people there at the manager level, and then you're just like, one thing being a manager in our business is that, the money. Most of us join the business because of the money, nothing else. I was so stressed, and I felt like the manager level was not coming. But when every time I call somebody to say, I'm not closing, I'm so far, I have 30 CCs, people could always say, "But Poppy, you just started." Everyone could always say, "But Poppy, you just started." But they do not understand how much I needed that. That is why when I closed manager, I was so happy. I remember I closed, I'm not sure if it was end of January. I had to push because I needed to go to managers convention. I don't have a lot of pictures. I don't have a lot of slides, but I'm just going to tell the story the way it is. I remember when I closed, I think the managers convention thing was already closed. But I had to send emails. I had to call each and every day because I felt like, no, I needed to be there. I knew I belonged there. That is why when I went, I even had to submit my form the day we were at at the meeting in Joburg. I had to send to Wendy that day, like we are going tomorrow. I had to send and scan that form and submit it. That's why even when we got there, like most of my things were not really having my name tag, like written as everybody else. It was just written with an ink pen because I fought for it. Like I kept telling them, no, I have the money. I need to go. I need to be there. And before the managers' convention, I was in Cape Town. We went with our managers and everything. We went to Cape Town. And the whole time I was in Cape Town, I wasn't resting. Like when everyone is enjoying and creating content with me, I was pursuing, I was pushing for managers because I was like, I'm already in Cape Town. There is no way I'm going to go back to Namibia while everyone is going to Drakensberg. There is no way. And you know, when they describe it to say it's so green, it's so nice, you just dial number 9 and you say, come pick me up. And I was like, yo. And my sponsor was going, yo, I was stressed. That's the only thing that was so stressed. That is what, and there will be a time where I was in South Africa and I don't have airtime. I could not, because I just feel like maybe the office is calling me, maybe they are looking for me, maybe they've accepted me to go, because there were times where they were telling me it was fully booked. It was fully booked and there's no space for me. They can't do it. Yo, I was so stressed. I had sleepless night. And honestly, when I received that email to say you can come through, you're accepted and all that, oh, finally it paid off. I even cried more, because that moment I realized that it was never just a dream. It was always possible. It was always possible. I then attended my first managers convention in Drakensberg in Durban. And that was the experience that changed everything. Yo, I met leaders who started from nothing. People that didn't have nothing, that had nothing, that I even felt like, okay, with me, I had wigs to sell, right? Other people didn't even have money. They didn't even have wigs to start. But all they could borrow that 1,500 to start the business. And as we speak, when they are sharing their stories, they're like, yo, I own this, I own that. And I was there and I was just like, yo, is this real? To the extent I even asked myself that question to say, is this real? Do you understand when you see these things on social media, somebody's buying a house, somebody's buying that, somebody's buying that. You know, when you say, this people are faking it, or they're selling us dreams and all that, that is how I felt. And I knew for sure, if I could make it to managers convention, then it should be real, right? But somewhere within me, I was still doubting, these people, I don't think it's true. But yo, that is where I truly understood that God is able. I also go to travel, like explore a lot of towns, especially in South Africa, guys. Ever since I started doing Forever Living, South Africa started feeling like I'm at home. Like I traveled so much. That's why I said I'm forever grateful to my first trip that I took in Forever Living, because from then that opened a lot of doors that every time I go to South Africa, like I just feel like I'm at home, because you start being so familiar with a lot of things, even like everything. That business, the experience, a life I once, like the life that I once just imagined in my life just started. This business didn't even just change my income, it changed my life. Wow, talking about the money. Yo, guys, I remember when I was pushing for assistant manager. By the time I was a supervisor, I was in Khobabis with I think we had a meeting in Khobabis that time, and then we were getting paid. Our pay slips came out. Yo, and that was the first day I got around about 18,000. Yo, I even had to show people that, guys, check. It's a real. I was even in the meeting. I even shared my pay. It was 18,000, but I felt like, yo, it's a million. To me, it was a million. I was so happy. And then when I closed assistant manager, and then we came to manager, guys, I'm happy and proud to say I have tested that 45K that people say when they say when you become a manager, the minimum you get is 45,000, right? So with me, I didn't only get it because I have a team that is working, and I have a team of 100 people. So I also had 2 managers in my team, right? I have assistant managers, I have managers, I have supervisors, and I have preferred customers and everything. So that is how you build. And whenever I get that money, I was like, guys, So and then after the manager level, the money started coming in. You can even see from the wig I'm wearing there when I become a manager that the wig life has improved. That you see, I don't even have those funny hairstyles anymore, because now I'm starting to buy little small wigs. Next slide, Mama Tangi. And this next slide is where my life changed. This is where my life changed. Guys, as I became a manager, you know, when I was building, one thing about me, I love focus. Like when I was building my business for that 6, 7, 8 months, when I was building my business, I didn't focus mostly at home because I felt like if I focus and then I start using each and every profit that I have and all that, I'm not going to see if the business is really working. Do you get it? No. To the extent my mom started saying, oh, I'm a business and you know, and then I even told them, oh, everything will change when I become a manager. Honestly, I didn't even have any idea of what will happen when I become a manager. But I kept saying, everything will happen when I became a manager. That is a joke in my house until now because my mom could always gossip with my sister to say, I know, when is she becoming a manager? Or where is the money? She always tell us about the money. But where is the money to understand? Because I just wanted, when I start making money, I need them to see that I'm really making money. Because being the firstborn is not easy. Everything depends on you. And that is why I say, when I started this business, I didn't even have any way to go get the money. I didn't even have anything. But this business changed that for me. This picture that you guys see right now is now water's bill. So my mom, we actually had water at home, right? And so when I went to school and all that, so my mom was sacrificing every cent that she has to pay for my school, to make sure that I have food and all that and all that. So she could not pay the water bills. You know, water bills in the north is something that is very, very cheap, right? Like it can go to 300 per month, it can go to 200 per month and all that. That is why when I became a manager, when I started making money, this is what I did first. You can see in the picture that this was around about 9,000 water bills that we owe to Nam Water. To the extent, like our water even closed in the house. One day I'm talking to my mom, she's like, I had to cut a push in the like, we are going to fetch water by the neighbors. Why? Because the water bill is too high. Now water came and closed our water. Yo guys, that I felt it. And in that position, I was still fighting to become a manager. I didn't even have that money at that moment to start because everything was happening and the only thing that is there, it's mine. You're asking yourself now to say, but you said you're getting 18,000, 17,000. Why didn't you pay the water? Yes, I understand. But remember, I'm the firstborn of the family. So even from the pub, even cooking oil, tomato, salt, including my siblings' school fees. And my mom is somebody that loves family. My mom is somebody that has a lot of kids at home. You understand? We might be poor. I'm actually somebody that is from a poor background. Like I even asked her one day, Mommy, why do you keep bringing kids here if we can't even afford ourselves? You understand? Like I have so many kids at home to take care of. I had so many kids at home to take care of. And that is not my biological kids. It's just kids that Meme took from other families that aren't able to. And I was like, but you're taking the kids, but we also can't able to maintain our lifestyle at home. But she's like, no, God will always provide. God will always provide. I remember sometimes I went home, she could always say, I have my namesake from who? Why is she at home? Now I'm like, but we can't even afford ourselves, understand? And this is the proof that our water bill went even up that high, but we couldn't even. My both parents can't even afford to end up for themselves to pay for this 10,000 water bill. They can't. And that when I got my money, that was my real achievement. So I traveled to the north. I took my mom. We went to Namot and I swiped that off. I swiped that off just because this business made it possible. Imagine I have to travel to the north. I swiped this water bill off. I was in Ondangwa with my mom and my siblings, and I had to buy them clothes. I had to buy them food. I have to make sure that they are happy and everything. On top of that, I paid the water bills. And this was the most achievement, the real achievement, the best thing that forever did in my life. I started taking responsibilities at home. I became a provider. And this is the way everything changed. Next slide, Memetangi. Okay? Guys, Talking about my house, ne? You see that third slide? You see that third slide? That one, that is our home at the village. Even if you see me having wigs in Windhoek, that is where I stay in the north. Imagine, oh guys, that is where I stay. And that is how my house was before forever. I'm the firstborn of the family. I take care of each and every responsibility in our house, at the village, at home. Not at the village, because that is what I call home. From the salt, cooking oil, everything is on my shoulder. That is why you see me sometimes when I say I cannot give up. I know how it feels, not actually to sleep with hunger, because we have never actually slept with hunger, because we could always provide the mahangu, the water, the ombidi and everything. It's always there. But I know how it feels to be having kids in school and the school fees is not paid. I know how it feels to go to school with a torn uniform. I know how it feels to see my siblings going to school with no shoes. Do you understand? And I cannot do anything about it. And this is my story. And this is me. And that is how I survived. That is the reason. And that is why you see me pushing each and every single day. I started pushing. I became a manager. And I started looking at our home. So before that, I was like, no, I don't like washing. So I bought myself a washing machine. That washing machine, I bought it cash. Yes, I'm happy to share it and let you see that this is what the business has done to me. Not only to me alone, but to my family alone. I mean, all of us at home. That's why when they see you forever, when even I say, do not enter my room because I am doing a forever living business, I swear nobody, even it's a matter of life and death, they won't even open the door. They won't. That picture that you see in the middle is a business that started paying off. I was sitting in a private lounge at the airport. And this is just to say, from survival to living. I started flying more, attending more events and growing my network, catching flights, guys, not feelings. I bought my first washing machine. I started affording things I once thought were impossible, because living in a house like that, why would I think of buying a washing machine? Because I cannot. I upgraded my lifestyle. Yes. Even the wigs, guys, at the moment, they have upgraded. This is from selling my wigs to living a life I once dreamt of. And this is just the beginning. I mean, sorry. Next slide, Memetangi. Yes, I'm so quiet because I still can't believe it, guys. With every cent I got in forever living business, I started building. I went home a few weeks ago and I still couldn't believe what forever has done. I started building. I'm the only one in my house that, even somebody is at the hospital right now, they have to call me. Even they need a car to do what, they have to call me. Even they don't have onion at home, they have to call me. And this is what forever has done. If you see me today and you ask yourself why I never stopped doing forever, why I never gave up, what are my reasons? These were my reasons, my family. I started building from the house that you saw in the last picture. This is our house now. This is our home right now. I started building. And this house is just our home that I built for my siblings, for my mom, my parents, for everyone. But my room is not yet done. I built my mom like their room, separated from everything. My siblings, the boys, from everything. The house, the kitchen, but everything on its own. And I'm still building. I'm not yet done. Yes, the one side is done where they can use and everything, but I'm not done. And that is also including my room. I have a 6-bedroom house for me at the village. I'm not building that for me. I am building that for our family, because as I said from the beginning, my mom is somebody that has so many kids. So guys, and we are just 4. We are just 4, but my mom has this whole family community, guys, the whole village in my house. That is why if I have right now to go home, I cannot even buy just a 3 kg of macaroni and what. No, I need to buy a whole 250, a whole 50 kg of what, a whole what, just because I need to feed that family. I took all those kids as my siblings. And that is why you keep me going each and every day. Sometimes you ask yourself, why did you get this? I cannot even say it's because of what? It's my mom. She thinks everyone is suffering and we are doing okay. Do you understand? I keep asking her, but Meme, why? I don't know why. Until now, I don't also know why. You are being called. When I'm going to PEP each and every January or December, if I'm going to PEP to go buy uniform, guys, I can even spend, guys, 10,000 just in uniforms, shirts, school socks, shoes for each and every one, because I cannot buy only for some kids and leave the others. I cannot. So, and that is why if you see me pushing each and every day, this is my story and this is my situation. Everything you see in this picture, it passed on my shoulder. Each and every little brick that you see, each and every little cement that you see is from me. And this is what is forever is doing in my life. Mama Tangi, next slide. And yes, guys, last month was my birthday and I upgraded my phone. Guys, the phone that I had was my phone was, I don't know. It was a phone that I had I bought myself in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And I have never changed that phone until this year. I've been using the same phone ever. Yes, I see people buying iPhone what, and I want them, but I couldn't. So on my birthday, I had the money. I went to iStore. I swiped my iPhone 16 Plus with 512 gigabytes because I was tired of being storage full, no content, no that. And guys, I moved. Something I never thought I could. Oh, I moved from dreaming to living. Guys, I became a home owner. Yes. From selling my wigs to holding a title deed, guys. I have a home in Windhoek. And I'm proud to say I'm my own first property in Windhoek. And I am the first in my family to do it. Guys, as you guys can see in the second slide, that was the day I moved in my house. That was around about a week and a few days ago. The house is very new. I just moved in. That's why you guys, some people have been asking, why are you offline? Why are you what? I was busy, guys. I moved in my home. I'm a very brand new home owner. I own a title deed, and I'm proud to say forever has done it again. If you are seeing people on social media posting about their homes, their cars, their everything, I want you to take it from me. If I can do it, you too can do it. Remember, I didn't even have money to start the business. I'm somebody that has been renting. Guys, you saw my home, where I am from the root at home at the village. That is what I call home. But right now, I'm proud to say I have a home in Windhoek, guys. I do not pay rent anymore. I just pay water, my water bills. My house was empty. As you can see, I didn't stop. You see this last slide. What is behind me is a couch. It's a brand new couch that I have bought, that I paid cash this week, and it was delivered. People came and put it in my home. Guys, I finished everything myself, from the pots, from the spoon to furniture, everything. I even have a new bed, guys. I did not move with everything. I said I was building at home, right? So from my rent, I only came with myself, my child, my sister, and my brother. I'm saying this because the brother that I'm even living with, the one that is schooling at VTC right now with me, that is staying with me, that I'm paying taxi each and every day to go to VTC and come back, buying uniforms and everything at school. It's not even my biological brother. I'm telling you this because I want you to see that at home, they are my brothers, they are my sisters, but they are not my biological siblings. This is somebody that came in our home when he was 4 years. We fed him everything until he's now at VTC here in Windhoek. I applied for him. He's staying with me. I'm paying for him every little thing. And that is why you see, I will never fail. Because whatever I do with the community, whatever you see, I say my brother, my what, those are not my biological kids. My small brother is still in grade 10. But this one is somebody that we raised, is also my brother. And today, I just don't have a home. I have a place I'm proud of. And this is something I still can't believe. Yo, guys. Yes, I have a home, guys. I actually just purchased my first, sorry, I actually just purchased my first property in Vendu. As I'm speaking right now, I am here. Last slide, Memetangi. You see, that first picture you see, those are people from OK Furniture that were building. But you see the plastics there somewhere by the entry. You see the plastics were there. They were removing the plastics from the couch because I bought everything. You see the last picture here. This is when I moved in my house. Like, I didn't even have anything. I sat there because that plate that I had eating, I bought that place that day. I think I went to Chinatown, and then I came with, I think 3 or 4 plates that I came with. I didn't have anything. When I moved in, the house was very much empty. And I decided I need to turn this house into a beautiful home. I bought everything from the curtains, spoons, and everything. And my name is Poppy Nangolo, and this is my story. And I want to say, if I did it, you too can. By believing in yourself, by showing up every day, and by stayed plugged into trainings. Guys, I'm officially 2 years in Forever Living business, and I have never missed a month without doing my 4CC. I'm proud to say, even when I was pregnant, I did not. Even the month I gave birth, I did not, because I know my why. That is why we talk about, when you start the business, you must focus on your why. And guys, growth doesn't happen overnight. As I'm saying, I'm 2 years in the business. But it does happen daily when you commit to hard work. And this is me. And thank you so much for hearing my story. Mama
Ladies
Tangi,
and
back to you.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I know we are all right now. You know what? We are cutting onions. I did tell you that is going to be a powerful story. I did tell you that if you are in this meeting, you should know that you were meant to be here. Poppy, congratulations, my leader. That was so powerful. That was so emotional. That was so, inspiring. If you are in this meeting today and you are not inspired, if you are in this meeting today and you go your bed today, we are already late, guys. You're supposed to be in bed. You go to bed and sleep perfectly and sleep nicely, knowing what you just heard from Poppy, what you just heard, what Forever is able to do, then I don't know. Then I don't know, something must be wrong with you, because this story not only has touched all of us, it was so powerful, and this, when I keep telling you, these are real people, these are real stories. Congratulations, my leader. Tijai, Poppy, you have done it. You have not, I know a lot is yet to come, but my leader, in 2 years, you have done amazing, and we are so proud of you. And congratulations, and keep going, keep building. And now you don't just have your sibling, you have that little girl, that is looking up to you, that is waiting for you, and you are waiting for her. And I know she is gonna be very proud of you, because she is the best and strong mother ever. So, ladies and gentlemen, now with that story being said, with you being inspired, and you are wondering who can join Forever, and I want to let you know that anyone can join Forever. You had Poppy, she had no job, she had nothing. She used her wig to start a business that she sold them off to start her business. I went and took a loan because I had a payslip. Poppy did not have a payslip. Somebody else borrowed. Somebody else. When you want something and you want something to change, you are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that it happens, because your future, your life depends on it. And anyone can join Forever, like guys. It doesn't matter who you are, as long as you are 18 years and older. Poppy bought her first home in 2 years. She had started building her mother's house in 2 years of doing this business. So I don't know what is your story. I don't know where you are headed to. I don't know what is, but I am telling you right now, you can actually become whatever you can become in this business when you choose to do what other people are doing, and you can become that when you decide to do that, just because anything can happen in this business. If you're asking yourself, will it work for me? Take it seriously, like Poppy you have had. In any new venture, time and efforts are required. So plug it into this meeting right now, because you need that time and effort to put into your business. Be coachable and attend all relevant trainings. You heard Poppy. She was always with a sponsor, always with a mentor, because for you to grow, you need to be consistent, calling those people, being with them, making sure you are there where they are, arrange meetings with them so that your business can grow. Commit to the time required to become successful. If you are self-motivated and you are willing to work closely with the people or the person that have introduced you to this business, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to make it. Be willing to think big. We have been preaching from the beginning. You have heard Poppy. Be willing to think big, dream big, and set goals for yourself and your family, because that is what you are here for. Commit to having regular customers, build your team, and develop 5 key people. Be prepared to tell everyone about what you are doing. We have business owners here that are even ashamed to be told that they are Forever business owner. They are not posting on their WhatsApp. They are not posting on their, because they are not ready. They are not prepared to tell everyone what you say. For us, Poppy started preaching before she even joined. Before the wig were even sold, she already had people to join, but she did not join because she did not have money. Have a great attitude, guys, toward everyone that you meet, because you never know what bridge you are going to cross ever. And if you are ready to join us, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking forward to welcome you in our amazing family of Forever, of the unstoppable global team. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tangi Pena Ambambi, and we can't wait to welcome
welcome you in this amazing business. So go back to the person that invited you in this meeting and let them explain things in detail and get you started, because we can't wait to welcome you to our team. Thank you so much, everyone, and it's good night.